Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble news channel. This is something I've said for a long time. Prices are going down. Rates were 5.5% and they are now only 5%. The overall rate of inflation is 2.5%. A lot of people on the internet are shocked by the fact that inflation is now at 2% and is slowly going down. This is the Banal Azad, and I shared it on Twitter to show why it's important. Global M2 has been ahead of Bitcoin for 10 weeks. Need something better? I have something better. Offer you, I can give you the GMI total liquidity, which compares Bitcoin to both the private and public sectors. This is where the banana zone is, it says. The only thing that comes to mind is that the banana zone is where I see it everywhere I look. Seasonality in Bitcoin election years, October and up only. These are also big moves. Bitcoin bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to understand. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad. We'd also like to thank everyone who put their trust in us. We read all of your comments, and the best part is that it's free. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Sign up for Bitcoin Bubble right now and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Powell on the most crazy show in business and money. Now it's time for Raoul to do what J. Powell said about interest rates. In this talk, Raoul talks about crypto, the banana zone, the everything code, lifestyle chips, and where we are now in terms of the big picture. These are the 5 worst periods of inflation between the 1940s and 1980s, shown on this graph of CPI-vs. Big changes in inflation. This Mount Fuji design is always the same. Yes, everyone complains that rates will go down and inflation will return if rates are lowered. They're not, though. They have never. At the end of the cycle, prices will go up. This makes sense. The rate of inflation will keep going down. It'll be less than 2%. Also, guess what? Rates are going below 2%. And I don't get it. That's why I think rates will keep going down. The market doesn't get it. Rates are a part of the economy that should keep getting better. Do I have a picture of my finances on? Julian's charts were at our exponential adjusted management investment committee meeting this morning and I stole them. That one is mostly the rate of change of interest rates compared to the ESM poll. It will be Julian who finds out about this, and he will be mad that I'm using his plan. We have a GMI model that shows the ESM and business cycles. It's about to pick up on all the talk about recession and other things. It makes no sense at all. Inflation is going down while economic growth is clearly visible everywhere. That's the main point. So the Fed share. But risk assets should be doing really well in general. And guess what? Risk assets are doing really well. As I've rambled on and on about, global funding is what the everything code is all about. Now is the time to roll over the debt. World money supply will rise, and it will rise just like it has every other time. That's M2 around the world. We can use GMI weekly global liquidity, which is only good for state banks. Not as exciting anymore. When we talk about the Chinese, their assets and white balance sheet, that's seasonal. It will keep getting bigger. A lot of quantitative easing is likely to happen. But in a broader sense, the GMI total liquidity measure is breaking out. Bitcoin tried to move above $62,000 on September 19th as markets processed the US Federal Reserve's unusual 0.5% interest rate cut. After the price of Bitcoin kept going up during the Asia trade session. After the Fed's move, local highs of $62,600 were seen. This was only the third time in history that a rate cutting cycle had started with a 0.5% drop. After that, these closed out short BTC bets across exchange order books. CoinGlass, a tracking service, said that the total for the 24 hours up to the time of writing was $128 million. Now we need to lower our leverage or take profits, it told people who followed it on X in a later report, telling them not to get too excited. A prediction for the price of Bitcoin said that it would reach $64,000 in the event of a 0.5% cut. In the end, this was too much for bulls to handle because there was strong support above. A well-known trader named Gel said on X that Bitcoin was slowly breaking through the barrier level. Stops above $65,000 won't be safe anymore and things will look a lot better. The end of September is going to be interesting. The US dollar, on the other hand, was affected by the volatility. The US dollar index went up at first, but then lost its gains and returned to support. If it breaks below the level of support, there could be a sharp move towards 96. In his most recent DXY report on X, well-known trader Axel Kibar replied, "My Banalizon t-shirt is on right now because I think it's going to happen. It should be here in a few days or a week." I said before, well, I don't know, maybe it's next month. Maybe it's the month after, maybe it's this week. I say, no, Julian, and I work for the most well-known study service, Global Macro Investor. Check it out at globe.com if you haven't already. That's where we do our work. That's where the real work gets done. We may be the only ones in the world who do more broad crypto work than we do. Also, I believe our broad work is the best in the world. And we worked on this for a very long time. And I honestly believe that this banana zone has an 80% chance of happening right away. I know that sounds cocky. In 2 weeks, give it 2 weeks. I know that jaunty look I get when I wear my Nanazon t-shirt jinx the thing. But as I said, all of our goals and dreams are in this. Mine, two real business goals. I've been on the phone with a few billionaire GMI members who are also friends of mine. I talk to almost everyone. This is what everyone wants to happen. This is something that everyone wants to happen because people have put money into it. Technology-wise, there are a lot of other ways to look at this, but people have been like this with high interest rates and a slow business cycle as the ism has been moving along. A lot of people on Twitter are saying things like, oh my god, the markets are all-time high. What is everyone so upset about? Talk to real people whose mortgages, interest payments, and credit card bills look like that. Talk to companies that want to borrow money that are kind of such as IR-rated tech companies that don't have any debt and all that. It's been really hard for a while now. There haven't been rates this high in a very long time. Interest rates changed at a very fast rate. Right now, inflation is way below interest rates. In other words, real rates are way too low, and people can feel it. People aren't happy, and they can't afford to do what they want right now, but that will change soon. The business cycle is about to change. Now, all of you business owners who see how slow the cycle is and wonder why the stock market is hitting all-time highs, but your company isn't yet, can relax. It will all come together. Things are going to get a lot better. The stock market is driven by money coming in and out of the market. Your wages and mine are driven by the business cycle, which is about to pick up. So cheers. Wishing you a wonderful 18 months ahead. Arthur Hayes used to be the CEO of the cryptocurrency exchange BitMEX. The Bank of Japan was now going to decide on rates on September 20th. He said that the success of the BTC price would be affected by how strong the yen was. It doesn't make sense. But if you look more closely, the Kobayashi letter, which is a trading reference,